I am ready to merge my timelines. They seem to be coming together more often in my daydreams. I really feel like I'm creating Chelle's world. It's not far fetched to imagine buying a property in Italy, anything to get there and settle down to start over, a fresh start, a new world, a blank canvas to sketch upon and then resketch upon. I'm ready. I'm creating the backdrop of my life. Only this is in real time, behind the scenes, unseen manifestations in the making. Welcome to ChelleTalks Podcast. Who says you can't? Assume your true identity. I'm Chelle, your host. And this is episode 6 of Who Says You Can't? Assume your true identity. Pretty much what the sum of my whole podcast is all about. Who says you can't? Think about it. Who says you can't? Who says you can't be anyone you want? Who says you can't have everything you want? Who says you can't do anything you want? You. You are the only one that make your own decisions because no one can insert themselves into your brain or into your life unless you allow them to do so. As long as you give them permission, you make your own decisions. That's what controls your own destiny. You, not anyone else. Be clear and honest with yourself about that one very important limiting belief system that you may still be clinging on to. Because if you want to be your true, authentic self, then you have to be willing to give yourself permission to actually be the true, authentic self that you want to be, with open honesty and with openness with the people in your lives, in your inner circles, because sometimes you have to set boundaries and be ready to cut yourself off from everyone you choose that influences the energies in your life, because you're consciously focusing on your own life. And like me, my vibrations I try to keep very high with thoughts of love and passion and joy and creativity, be it thoughts from a daydream or thoughts from current interactions. Because you emit a vibrational frequency from the thoughts that you are thinking more frequently. So, what thoughts are you thinking more frequently? Did you know that the universe cannot distinguish between thoughts, the difference between thought vibrational frequencies? In other words, you emit a frequency into the universe every single time you think a thought and you react to it. You have two thought inputs of thought information. You have the thoughts that are presented to you when you're witnessing, a physical interaction in your everyday life. Anything such from a source such as a conversation or any media that you watch or any actions that you witness on a daily basis. With each interaction, you immediately have a choice. You have a choice on how you react internally to the information that you're witnessing. If you choose to react positively and feel joy, or you feel detached so that you won't lower your vibration, then you can safely say that you're signaling to the universe that you want more of the same positive feeling experiences. and the universe will bring you closer to your heart's desires. However, if you react negatively and get upset, or get your feelings hurt, or feel resentful, or you feel fear or shame or guilt, especially a lack of money. Money issues are a big one. Or if you feel like you have to justify your emotions to anyone, then you can safely say that you're signaling to the universe that you want the same negative feeling experiences. Then the universe will take you farther away from your heart's desire, giving you negative experiences. The second thought forms that you're presented with are with your inner thoughts. These are your daydreams. These are the daydreams of how you want your life to be. That inner world that no one is privy to. This is the same universal energy that actually creates worlds. It creates worlds in our reality. So the name of the high frequency game is only focus on thoughts that make you feel good. Which in my case, I choose to focus on my daydream. I focus on my daydream throughout my whole day. But a huge part of that daydream is, who are you in that daydream? Because in my daydream, I'm living in Italy. I'm creating Chelle's world. But Chelle's not the old Michelle, that old Michelle that still allows others to influence her decisions because she's no longer clinging to that old people pleaser self, those ways of thinking that I used to, because I'm Chelle now. I'm free to be. I'm free to be who I've always been, reunited with my true, authentic self. I feel like a teenager again in my mind. Only way better because I'm 62, going on 63 in a week, and I have all that experience behind me under my belt, and I'm raring to go. I'm raring to come completely out of my shell. No pun intended. I'm ready to be my gypsy-free, spirited adventurer, to move to Italy, and as soon as I can, as soon as I can receive some money, because then I'll be able to launch my webinar and promote my badass course that I designed to go along with my book. And my book was to help you to lay the groundwork to unite with your true authentic self in 90 days with my book, Reinventing Your Badass Self. That's on in Amazon Kindle. Then all you have to do is watch the universe bless you with finances, the finances that I need to watch the manifestations of my daydreams come true. So here we are in real time as I receive my new equipment to be able to video my webinars and to continue my weekly podcasts and to do my daily social media posts without spending numerous hours trying to download video files, video files with equipment that just couldn't handle the job, at least not efficiently. Let me share you with my new setup. Hold on one second while I show you my new setup. Here we are in my magical space. These are some of the paintings that I've done. I'm an artist, in case you did not know that. I do a lot of oil painting, but I also do acrylic paint. So these are combinations of oil paints and acrylic paints. And I also do caricatures. Here's some of my caricatures that I've done. And these are some of my other oil paintings. I'm also a musician. I play the keyboard, the guitar, and the ukulele. Nice. This is behind the veil. This is where it all happens. I am one step closer to manifesting my dreams. But you know what? It takes persistence and it takes patience and it takes a lot of focus on feeling what you're feeling when you're thinking about that daydream life. It's supposed to feel blissful and joyful. You're supposed to feel excited and motivated and content to be right where you are, right in this very moment, because it's precisely where you're supposed to be. Do not mistake contentment with inspired action, because on our spiritual journeys, we cannot just sit around and do nothing and expect our daydreams to just manifest for us. We have to take inspired action. And we just have to strive and accomplish small steps every single day, like I try to do with my, uplifting messages on social media. More importantly, I'm sharing my spiritual journey with you in real time. And my daydream includes my soul's mission, and my soul's mission is to help others connect with their true, authentic selves. And that's what this week's podcast is about, assuming your true identity. I'd like to share with you 5 steps on how to become your true, authentic self and live the life you deserve. It's what I teach, and you know what? I'm still learning. I'm still learning in order to shift my reality. I have to be aware of what I'm thinking all the time because it's so easy to get distracted. It's easy to get distracted with life circumstances. Distractions that surround you from the minute you get up until the minute you go to bed. How do you manage your free time that you have every single day? Do you even give it a thought? You give a thought to making your life any better? I mean, if you're content with your life, I'm very happy for you that you're truly reunited with your true authentic self, because that way you can be, have, or do anything you want. And quite frankly, that's what I'm striving for. But if you're still working on it like me, let me share with you my 5 steps on how to become your true authentic self and live the life you desire. Number 1, uncovering your false belief systems, which I affectionately call my false BS. Yes. Number 2, becoming aware of your thoughts and vibrations. I do that on a daily basis. Number 3, learning the laws of the universe and the rules of the game of life. I talk about that in my book. Number 4, realizing who's in charge of your life to break the toxic cycles, because this is the one I struggle with. One foot in the current reality world and the other foot in Chelle's world in Italy. Number 5, discovering who you are and what your purpose in life is. Well, this week's podcast is about assuming your true identity. And you can't successfully do this if you haven't taken the time to clearly define who you want to be. Because how is the universe going to help you become the true version of yourself if you don't even know what that is? Are you in control of your own decisions? Think about it. Or do you have to get advice or permission from someone? Because here's a biggie. Are you in control of your free time that you have every day? Well, if you have a family, then you need to be aware of actually how much free time that you have throughout your day. I imagine you probably have no more than, say, 4 hours a day. And most likely these 4 hours are after you fed the kids, done the homework, got the kids off to bed, finished your chores, and you might have maybe a couple of hours left to do what you want. Do you spend that time wisely? Because realize this is the only time that you have to focus on manifesting your dreams. Do you give your free time away to others? Who is actually in control here? Do you give yourself permission to speak up for yourself and claim your right to have free time to yourself? Free time to improve that relationship you have with your inner self? How is it that you think that you'll ever be able to become your true authentic self and manifest your own dreams if you give away all your free time? You give it away and you don't focus on making any necessary changes to improve your life. Baby steps are better than nothing at all. At least it's a step in the right direction. That's why you have to be aware of what thoughts you're thinking. And you have to focus your attention throughout your whole day. Because if you find yourself feeling like I felt when I started this week's podcast, when I stated, I'm ready to merge my timelines, feeling like your timelines are coming together, or to put it in another word and put it in another way, feeling like you're more often being your true authentic self, doing everything you want, rather than not being your true authentic self by being the lesser version of yourself. The lesser version, the one who's not really in control of all the decisions that are made in her life. Then the only question left is who or what is stopping you from assuming your true identity? My true authentic self? I remind myself of the 5 steps that I wrote, and I decide to put them into practical practice right this very moment in real time. Have I accomplished these steps? Step number 1, uncovering your false BS. I can say that I believe that I've uncovered the major beliefs and major wrong beliefs in my life, but I'm still open to the possibility that new ones might arise, and that's okay. I'll deal with them as they come along. My major false BS was that I had to hide my true authentic identity, and I felt like I had to prove my worthiness in secret ways for the past 45 years. And that was a biggie. People pleaser queen. That's me. Number 2, becoming aware of your thoughts and vibrations. Well, I can also say that I've painstakingly trained my focus to be aware of what I'm thinking, but it does take daily practice and you have to be patient with yourself. Number 3, learning the laws of the universe and the rules of the game of my life. That's the whole first part of my book, Reinventing Your Badass Self, and it's really important to know how things work behind the scenes or behind the veil. Number 4, realizing who's in charge of your life and how to break the toxic cycles. This one is still in the works. It's hard to break a 62-year-old habits. It's still a work in progress. I think the hardest part of this phase has been realizing that I had been controlled, or at least heavily influenced by the people in my life. First were my parents, my sister, my husband, my pastor, my children, my ex-boyfriends, my friends, my best friend. You're still being controlled if you feel guilt, shame, or fear. Or you feel like you have to justify your decisions. Here's a big test. How do you feel when you spend $800 on something you want or need? Do you have to justify to anyone why you want it? Do you get nervous telling somebody you want to buy it? Do you feel indebted? To give your free time away helping them to improve their lives instead of focusing on your own because they allowed you to make the purchase and are helping you to pay for it? Who's in charge of your life now? Lastly, number 5, discovering who you are and what your purpose in life is. Well, the second part of that is easy because I definitely know what my purpose in life is, and that is to help others by sharing my spiritual journey on how to reunite with your true authentic self. It's the first part that's still a work in progress. And it's the real reason why I was feeling like I was having one foot in my current reality and one foot as my true authentic self. The true authentic self, my true authentic me, is joyful and content, daydreaming my new world in Italy and feeling great the whole time that I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about sipping my coffee on my patio on the balcony overlooking the mountains and the sea and Chelle's world. Even while I'm here in California, sitting on my back patio, on my couch, enjoying the birds singing. One foot in one reality and the other foot in the current reality. Coexisting, but restlessly. Restlessly wanting to move forward with my life, but, financially unable to make that move just yet. Although I feel it's really close with every fiber of my being. So my final thoughts for this week are this. Take baby steps every single day to stand your ground and not allow others to control your decisions. Do not allow others to make you feel less than by criticizing you for how you dress, how you act, or how you spend your free time. Speak up for yourself and be you, not what they want you to be. Don't allow others to fear you or shame you or guilt you into doing things for them. Just be who you want to be and practice. Practice because you will reunite your true authentic self. Because humanity is on the brink of experiencing life as it truly exists behind the veil of Earth's reality. And when this happens, you're going to realize that the existence that you've been experiencing here on Earth, human life that you're experiencing that which you are not. Because we are eternal beings and we never cease to exist. And we will reunite with our true authentic selves sooner than you think, my friends. Love and light. Shell out. I will see you next Monday when I will be taping my podcast from the beautiful Crown Plaza Hotel on the Ventura Beach for my 63rd birthday, thanks to my best friend Greg. We're going to have a blast. So I love you and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.